Hello everyone, how are you? Jackie Bloom here, and let's give my computer just a second to catch up. Hope you're having a great day. Hope it's not too hot where you are or too cold. Just right in that Goldilocks zone, right? It's going to be kind of warm here today. Come on. Computer is deciding to take Friday off, I think. Hope your week was good, and I'm going to talk to you today about making your own pattern paper. Oh, come on, computer. Please work with me. Alright, let's see. Just got to get us on. So sorry that I was late today. I was waiting for a delivery that was supposed to be here promptly at 8:30 and it was not here. There we are. So I have to get to the right place. Alright. Make this a little bigger. Alright. There we are. As always, thank you for shopping with me. Really appreciate that. This video I do on Facebook Live, and then I put it over to my YouTube channel. So if you wouldn't mind, if you like the video and you'd like to see some more, you can check out my YouTube channel. It's Jackie Bloom 3117. And I would love it if you would subscribe and like and share. Would appreciate it. Okay, so I have just a little bit of housekeeping. And this is an upcoming special that I wanted to tell you about. It's 15% off our Designer Series paper, DSP. But there's a little caveat with it. It is from the annual catalog. The papers are from the annual catalog, which you probably recognize some of these. But there are 4 that have been in a previous catalog. Therefore, they're a little older. They're not in the front new section. You get what I'm saying? And these little yellow dots are those ones, and I'll show you the back one. Those ones are while supplies last. So if they are some of your favorites, then I would get them right on the 6th while you can. The ones that are going to be possibly out of stock, and all the rest of them, if they run out of stock, they will bring back the other ones. But these particular 4, I believe, are going to be, once they're gone, they're gone. They're not going to reorder. So it's Bright and Beautiful, which is a 6x6. And the easiest way to find something is go to my website and put in the number that corresponds to each item. This Bright and Beautiful is 161449. The next one that's going to be gone, possibly, is the Countryside Inn, which is all those pretty blues on blues, which I was really looking forward to getting. The next one is the Perennial Lavender, which I just got, and so did my scrapbooking girls. And we're going to do that in August. So I'm glad that I got that first. And that one is beautiful paper. It has a stamp set to go with it. These 2 I don't think do. And the number for the Perennial Lavender is 162593. And then the other one is on the back side of my flyer, and it is the Winter Meadow, which I have seen some snippets and cards that they did. When you go on and click this number, along the left hand side you can scroll and hit those and you can see stuff close up. So sometimes they will show the paper front and back, and then they'll show you cards or ideas that they've used with the paper pack, which is really nice. And this is Winter Meadow. It's 12 by 12. Forgot to mention that on the other one. And it is their last year's Christmas one, but it is really pretty. This one here, the Perennial Lavender, is 12 by 12, and the Countryside Inn is 12 by 12. The only one that was 6 by 6 is that Bright and Beautiful. Then the rest of them, like I say, are in the catalog. Grab them at 15% off. If there's something you've been looking at, I might possibly grab this one because everybody loves that one. Let me know in the comments if you love that one. It's the Wildly Flowering. Again, it is 12 by 12. And it's nice. They put the price right on there. Instead of $12.50, it's only $10.62. So, that's the end of that. Just wanted to keep you updated. All right, so you could do this with any size paper. I just picked a 6x6, but you could do a full 12 by 12 of this. This is just my scratch paper on my nice glass mat. Love it. And I'm using black today. Let me see, make sure I stay where you can see me. Black. And I just got this one, Shaded Spruce. And then this is my counterpart for Copper Clay, because I do not have Copper Clay yet. Actually, do I even need that yet? No, I don't. I just need the black right now. So here's something I want you to think about. This is just paper, right? Just a piece of paper. Instead of thinking, oh, this has to go with this, and I got to do this for this, I want you to start thinking, this is just paper. What can I do with paper? It'll open up a lot of things. How can I use this piece of paper? Well, it's white paper, but I'm going to stamp with it, right? All right, so I'm going to use black first to show you what I'm doing. And I'm only going to do this one, maybe one other, and to show you how to do planned random stamping. It's a way to fill the whole page without having big holes, okay? And I'm going to tell you, less is more. If you're out there, say hi. So I am going to, and you can either put the stamp to the ink, or you can pick up the ink and put the ink to the stamp, as long as you're on a level surface for either one. Sorry about the banging. As long as your surface is nice and level. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is go over here, straight up, straight down, and I'm starting in this corner, and I want to kind of fill it in. I'm also using these other stamps. Sorry again about the banging. And this is my biggest one, so I'm starting with the biggest one, and I want to make sure I get something in the middle, and kind of odd numbers, all that good stuff. And I obviously don't want to do every corner with this, because then it looks too forced, like you had to do it that way, and then if you mess up, it's kind of wonky. All right, so, and there's always exceptions to the rule. I am breaking my first rule of starting there and filling it in. I will do that with the next one. And the reason being is because this stamp is a pretty big stamp. Okay? Again, I'm only going to do 3. And then I'm going to take my next one that's smaller and ink that up. And then start going kind of around stuff, but keeping in mind that I want to hit that center. And I know I've got this one that'll fit in there. So plan random. Random stamping is kind of a misnomer. It's not random stamping, it's planned a little bit. Okay, so I got those 3 on there. Now we're going to go back and fill in with this pretty one that I think looks like butterflies. Now this has a definite straight edge to it, so I would kind of really like to keep it like that. And you can turn your paper so that way you don't have to turn your stamp all the time. And you can go upside down. You know, you're going to be, think about it, you're going to be cutting this up. So it doesn't necessarily have to be all going the same way. And it's kind of nice if it doesn't. So you can see I'm just kind of filling in, but still leaving a little bit of space. And yes, I know I could have done that a little bit better. The next one will be better. Now we're going to take the tiniest one. And this is where the less is more comes in. You don't want to do dead center. I mean, you could. But you just kind of want to go around stuff. Off the page always looks good. On the page, off the page. That kind of thing. And just kind of fill her in where you need. And not too much. And once you've cut it, like if you cut right here, then you could add a little bit more of this foo-foo one, little baby one, if you will. Okay, there we go. We're going to stop at that. All right, let me wash these off quick as I drop the next block I'm going to use. Oh my goodness. You know, sometimes it's a hot mess in here. What can you say? But you need to take care of your stamps. And that's what I'm doing. And you also need to let that dry if you're going to do anything else to it. You know, it's a dye-based ink. It dries pretty fast, but there again. There goes the phone. Just a minute. Excuse me. It's just spam. No biggie, just a little spam. Okay. So I'm going to get it off of here. So that's what it looks like when you're done. And I pulled out some markers, which are the Shaded Spruce. I didn't have copper clay, but I did have, what is this one? Cajun Craze, and that was pretty close. Again, I didn't have crumb cake, but I did have the bronze, so I colored those in. So there's that one. Here's this one. This one's pretty similar. But see how it's got maybe a little too many of these, where this looks a little better. And like I said, once you cut it up into papers, you can add a little bit more of that. So that's just one way of doing it. And I will use this one for a bonus card that I will put on the video once I get it made. Okay? Okay. The next thing is, okay, you don't have to use white paper. You can use colored cardstock. This is crumb cake. And I am going to use the 3 colors that I started at first. So instead of doing black and white, you can do colored, okay? So we will bring in, and this is just cut to card size. So this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And what I like to do is set my pieces where they're going to go by the ink pads. That keeps me a little bit straighter, okay? This is a brand new pad, so perfect. Okay, so again, this time I am going to start up here, and I am going to, you could do this a couple of ways actually. You could start and make a triangle. So you want something right here in the middle, and then you kind of fill in, go down again, get these middle places, and then fill in, okay? So what I'm going to do is and then this is another way of doing it. So you could do all of the big ones, and then go back and do all of the little ones, but these are a little bit bigger than I normally would use on a little smaller paper than I normally would use. So if you were doing this on a big 12 by 12, it would be better. So I'm going to go with the next smallest one because I know that's where I'm going to want it. And I'm going to get it inked up good. I'm going to put a couple in there. Okay, I'm going to leave that one where it needs to be. I can go back with the baby foo-foos once I'm done. Put another one there. And I think I'm going to want one there. And then maybe one there. And a little one going this way. So change up the direction that they're going. And now I'm going to put a little one down here. Okay. So there's that part. Wash off my stamps. Sorry. And we'll add the little baby little one. So this is just going to fill in where you need some filler. Don't forget about the edges. Don't forget about turning your stamp. So it's going across in a way that helps you to not leave a hole in the middle. There we go. How's that look? So, and I made a card for this one, and I'll tell you what this stamp set is that I use as soon as I get these closed up. When in doubt, close up your ink because you'll stick your fingers in it. So here's what that looks like. And the stamp set is Thoughtful Wishes right here. And what I did with that piece is I cut a 1/4 inch off of the sides, two sides, so 1/4 inch off there, 1/4 inch off here. Otherwise, if you wanted to do it all the way around, like this one, I'd probably do a 1/4 inch there since I messed up. All you have to do is put your words right over the cross top of that, and that fixes that. But you could take 1/8, 1/8, 1/8, and then 1/8 off. Okay, so that's what I did. And I put it on, you know, I used the 3 colors. So I put it on the Shaded Spruce. And here's the card. And I used this extra piece in the black, which I love the extra pieces of dies that you get. And this one is so pretty. You can cut it in half, quarters, whatever you want to do. I'll hold this one up so you can see a little bit. This is the Copper Clay, Shaded Spruce, Crumb Cake, added the matching ribbon and cardstock and cut that out. Now, when I was cutting this out, I was cutting it out of the Copper Clay, but then I put that on there and I'm like, oh, that matches too much. I need the green. But when I was cutting this out, I'm like, I have the 8.5 by 11 in Copper Clay, right? And I'm thinking, how can I double duty this? So I took my card and I folded it in half and I cut it out where I wanted that hole to be. So that way I can use this card and it'll be another bonus one today. And I also had it cut out in black, and wouldn't that be pretty inset in there like a little wood inlay? So you're always thinking, what can I do with paper? How can I use this? Because I didn't want to just, you know, waste this card front, since I had to cut a piece of 8.5 and 11 down for, you know, 2 card bases, because that's what I do. And so I came up with that idea. So that will be another something. And then for my little bits, I use the neutral adhesive backed sequins, which comes in all these colors, and that dark one just looked perfect. And a little thread from some upcoming thread, and there you go. And take a screenshot if you want. That's the first card. Moving on. So again, it's just paper, right? So this time I took the Country Flower stamp set and I stamped in black, and I'm thinking peach pie. Okay, so I stamped those all up, and you know how to do that now. But this time I used the peach pie for the words, and it doesn't have to be just shapes. You can use words. In fact, you could do a whole thing of words of birthday, like happy birthday, let's celebrate, you know, it's your day. You could throw those words on in different colors on a colored cardstock, a white cardstock, whatever you want to try. So give it a try. But this one, I wanted to do a little something different with. So I brought in the in colors because I had all those markers, and I started coloring these in. Okay, and I'll show you what I did, and I'm going to show you just on one how I colored, just so you have an idea. So this is where you start, and again, you can see I went 1, 2, just kind of, and don't make them, you know, make them staggered. You want them kind of staggered so they don't line up in any way. And this is my colored one. Okay, so let's show you how I did this. And I'm not going to show you all of them, I'll just show you a couple of them. And the main thing I wanted to show is that I used the Summer Splash, and this is the dark Summer Splash. This time I'm going to do it with the light Summer Splash. And I'm just going to go around this one that's not fully there. And all I did was I just put it down and drew around the shape. If you go slow and have a light hand, I just wanted a little bit of blue outline, and that's all I did to do that. And you could fill it in totally if you wanted. That's all I'm going to do on that. Okay? So I just kind of gave it a little something else. All right, so how did I do some of these? Let's do this purple one first, and I'll hold it up so you can see the little purple ones. They are two-toned. And what I did is I took the light petunia pop, okay, and I went down here to this flower, and I just made an arch and a little swatch like that. So I just covered it and swatch. And on these, I just literally made one little, I don't know, what would you call it? A little stripe, a little zip. That's what I'm gonna say. All right, and then I took the dark one, and I am using the finer side, not the brush side, because these are tiny flowers. And I put a dot in the middle, and then I just went the opposite way and left some white. And I'll try and hold this up so you can see better. So I just, and this is very difficult. And I always kind of have it, I rotate to which petal I'm doing, because if you go this way, it's going to be different than if you go this way. It's a different lean on the, it's just a different direction that you get. So I just did some dots, turn it around so you can see where you're going. And that's all I did to color that in. All right, now on the blue one, I took my peach pie and I went around the center of this, and I just literally, boom, not taking a lot of time, right? And then I took the dark summer splash, can't remember which color I used, and I just flicked. Little flick, boom, boom, boom. And it works better if I do it down, but I want to show you what I'm doing. So I'm just, again, I'm holding it and just kind of, here, this is better. Kind of 1, 2, and in the middle. So I'm not going straight like this. I'm kind of giving it a little bit of a this thing. And that's over dramatized there. So what I'm doing is kind of following and giving direction to what I'm putting down. Okay, so it doesn't look like this straight. All right, that's all I did for that one. On the leaves, again, the small end. And this is Shy Shamrock, I believe, yes. And I just went around and did a little bit here. And then I took the darker color and just went up and left a little bit of white in the middle, okay? And then what else? Same thing on the yellow flowers here, or the peach pie flowers. Again, I figured out where I wanted the light. Literally just scribbled it on. Try not to go in a straight line. See how I skipped that one? And this kind of has a curve to it. So don't do it in a straight line. Give yourself some little pokey ends. And then I went back with the dark one. And just kind of scribbled it in. Now remember, they will bleed up. So that's why I'm not touching it so far to it. And I kind of like that little bit of a line. If you don't, color it all the way in like that. Okay, and if you didn't quite get close enough, couple of taps, and you're closer. All right. And this one's just the same thing, light or dark on the tip and light and dark, whichever one you didn't use, on the base. And just bring them close together. You can totally fill them in if you want, or color the way you like. I'm just showing you what I do. And then these, I just kind of, I looked and I said, okay, I can't put purple there because it's here. So I put one of the green or the blue. Oh, look at that, I missed one. Let's put another one in. I only had one of these, although I don't want it to be so close to there, but I am going to be cutting it up. So we probably could put another one of those, but then it'd be right next to that. And I don't want to do that. Let's see. Let's do pink. So just take the pink. Oops. It's much easier with the smaller end and just color it in. Like so. Okay. So there's another way of doing it. Again, I will take this and I will make another page or another card with it. And that's what I have to teach you today. So what else could you do? You could emboss on this. You could emboss this whole thing once you get it done. You could do your heat set embossing. You could watercolor. You could put blending pens on there to color in each one. Like this one would be good for that. Use your blending pens and just, or your blending brushes, and just color in the different areas. And this could even be a little circle of a color. That would be cool. Maybe I'll do that with that one. Again, it's a piece of paper. What can I do to that piece of paper? Okay, so I want to know, as always, don't forget about the sale, December 6th. Put it on your A. If I say her name, she'll talk to me, so I'm not going to say her name. Make a reminder in some way. And as always, which is your favorite? Number 1, number 2, or number 3? And I'd love to know which one you want to try. So it's just paper. Give it a try. That's what I have for you today. Again, sorry about being a little bit later than I wanted to be. Thank you always for shopping with me. And there's always specials going on. So know that every month, if you miss one, there'll be another one coming. Have a great weekend, and hey Sharon, thanks for watching, and I will see you next week on Friday. Bye guys.